Gonna do the intro. Off you go.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Podcast FC Show. We got the trio this week. It's me, Tum. I'm with my fellow podcasters.
It's me, Tiki.
It's Al over here. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween weekend. Shout out to all you ladies out there with the sexy costumes and all that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. But welcome to the show. We're talking footy, mainly, soccer. We just like to keep it real casual. Had ourselves a busy Sunday. Lots going on in the background.
Busy Saturday, too.
Busy Saturday
Definitely
as
busy
well,
Saturday.
right?
Started nice with Chelsea and Liverpool. Nice and early. Nice little breakfast game.
Big game, right?
Absolutely big game. And the pressure, I feel like the pressure was on Jose to come up with those out.
No doubt.
No
expectations with Klopp.
Exactly.
Still no expectations.
Exactly.
And that's the
Anything
beautiful
is better.
thing.
I'm sorry. No pressure.
Yeah, and that's the great thing. That's the great thing with Klopp is he can just no pressure. There's no pressure on his shoulders.
No, because he's coming in. It's someone else's ship. It's Brendan Rodgers' ship. So no one's expecting him to do much with it. But he looks like he's managed to inspire these guys, and they're playing out of their minds right now. It's crazy. Stamford Bridge, 3-1 Liverpool. Who would have thunk it?
You don't see that scoreline ever at Stamford Bridge. Never. It's Liverpool of all people.
I know. They don't even have their pure forward. Benteke ended up coming on late in the game, 60th minute. He's not really fully fit yet, but again,
Had a great
comes off and scores a goal off the bench again. That's 2 games in a row.
Great game. Goal and an assist, actually. He nodded it down for Coutinho, who was able to control it and curl it. It looked like he got a little bit of a deflection on it, too.
Yeah, he got a little lucky. I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of luck, but either way, he's coming off the bench and he's scoring. And remember my prediction when I said he's looking to make him the next Lewandowski.
I don't know about that.
I don't know either, but
Benteke's too old man to be that dynamic.
I know. I kind of wish though, he has
Lou is dynamic.
Yeah, he is.
It's the footwork too that he need to work on his footwork.
Yeah, I know. Benteke.
Heskey.
Yeah, he would be at Heskey.
He's Heskey, man.
Emil Heskey, for you guys who don't know out there, was a bit of a bull in a china shop kind of player, very powerful, but also had touch, a bit of class, but he was more of a power kind of player. He was
for
also,
a brief time.
For a brief time.
He had the touch for a brief time.
He never quite got over that hump.
He was a good player, though.
He was a fantastic player. So, Hazard gets subbed off 58th minute.
Well, you know what? Before we even go there, I thought Chelsea had a great start in the game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Azpilicueta crossing it over to Ramirez. Going in, like you said, Mourinho was under pressure. And then Chelsea get off to this great start 3 minutes in. And you're thinking, okay, now there's a chance. There's a chance. And somehow, like you brought up, Hazard getting bet. Somehow we get from there to Hazard being brought off, the star of the team being brought off in the 58th. So
the best player in the world.
That's absolutely crazy. He's losing. It sucks because Hazard, he just can't find form. Jose can't find form. Cesc Fabregas is not starting right now. Matic, he's nowhere to be found. What?
Mikel and Ramirez to start in the midfield.
That is crazy.
This weekend.
Mikel back in the starting lineup. That's insane.
I rate Ramirez a lot.
I love Ramirez. I love Ramirez.
That goal versus Barca, man, lives long in the memory.
Ramirez,
that ship.
Underrated.
Class.
Underrated player, Ramirez. And he's a workhorse, too. So he'll give you everything he's got.
That's what Chelsea need this year.
Exactly.
They need Ramirez.
They need more of Ramirez.
They need Valencia.
They do, exactly.
They need these guys.
A soldier. Just
Park Ji-sung.
Boom. Just a soldier. Get on the field. Get on with your job. Nothing fancy.
It's a testing year for them, man.
Yeah.
Mourinho's third year, coming off a championship.
Do you think he survives?
He's got to survive. It's too foolish to get rid of him now. I
agree.
He's too potent.
I agree.
This is a lull.
Yeah.
One bad year, he's gonna have 10 great ones.
And who do you bring in?
Nobody.
Who do you bring in?
It's a step down.
Absolutely.
If you get rid of him, in any direction, it's a step down.
He's just a guy who's done it before.
Yeah.
He's done it before. It's unquestioned. This is not a guy who's stepping into the big stage for his first time. Give him time, he'll get it done. I don't know though. I think they're gonna need to do something in January. I think that's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Falcao doesn't look like himself.
Yep.
Remy, I think, should honestly be getting more time, but
he should, right? I mean, he's not pure class or anything, but I feel like he gives you enough of a chance at forward. Falcao, I don't know what's wrong with him. It's sad to see, but I don't think he has it anymore.
Injury.
Exactly.
That he was the shadow of himself.
It's sad he can't even control.
And it's got to be
ball.
that knee injury.
It must be, right?
One thing, never fully recovered.
Yeah,
he had a long time off.
Yeah.
Didn't go to the World Cup, rested.
Yeah, and it sucks, and he's still struggling.
Maybe if he was younger, he would have been able to recover from it a little bit better.
True.
But it happened when he was at the peak of his career. He was about 28, 29.
It's like seeing him and Rooney. Like, they had the similar, disease touch, you know?
Yeah, all of a sudden they forget how to control the ball.
It's like you've seen him do it a million times, and it's like, why? It just...
What's happening in his mind,
Because when it happens to you as a player, it's like, I haven't had enough touches yet, Then mid-season, you're pulling, goal kicks down on your toe, no problem,
Exactly.
So you get some touches on the ball.
Yeah.
And you think after 30 years, playing in the top.
And that's why I think it might be mental now. It might be mental because now maybe you're hearing those voices before you just
Rooney's
played
a head
your
case
game.
too,
Yeah, he is. He's one of those players who's unpredictable. You don't know what you're gonna get from him. Not in terms of performance, but in terms of personality. Sometimes, So I mean, I thought.
How did this become beat up on Rooney Hour? We're talking about Chelsea, Liverpool.
Got a couple Man U fans in here.
No, I'm kidding. No, I hear your point, man, and it's weird that Remy's not getting as much time, even though I fully agree that he's not the greatest starter for Chelsea. But if they're struggling for form, they should be pulling players out, trying new blood in there, fresh blood. Bringing some youngsters who are hungry. Might not necessarily have the tactical knowledge that Mourinho expects, but maybe you survive on heart for a few games, You sort of get guys who will drive forward, play a little fearless, and get you some results.
Well, you know what? I think they do have heart. I think you could hear the fans are behind him.
What about the players?
The players are still behind him as well. I don't think he's lost the locker room. Like last week when they lost 2-1 to West Ham, they were down. They were down a goal. They were down a man, excuse me. And they would still manage to score a goal to make it 1-1. So I think they still have heart even in this game. I just think they got their tactics wrong. I think Mourinho needs to, you know what? Who am I? But I would think he'd need to change his tactics and change from more of a counter-attacking tactic to more of an open, free-flowing, let's try score 5-6 goals on you. And that's going to put more pressure on him.
But here's the thing. Go-ahead goal, 2-1. Coutinho, who does he beat?
Ramirez.
Our boy John Terry.
On the second one, he beat Ramirez on the first one. You're right, and then on that second one, he beats John Terry.
But it was a matter of step. If he was quicker, he would have had it.
Yeah,
he would he deflected it a little bit.
Yeah,
if he was quicker, if he was fresher, if he was
quicker.
Smart, positioning maybe.
Yeah,
but he's on the decline.
That's sad.
There's a lot of things wrong with. You want to be Captain America or Captain England or whatever,
Yeah.
And just because last year is unbelievable.
Dude, he played every single game, 90 minutes, 38 games.
He's no spring chicken.
That must have taken 2 or 3 years out of him.
It was one of his best seasons he's ever had.
Ever. He peaked. He should have retired. Should have just walked away. I mean, it's hard to say that because, we don't have we can't see the future, but looking back, just watching him not start for Chelsea anymore, watching him sort of give up these weak goals, like you said, if he was half a step quicker, it's sad. I can't blame him, but it's just sad to see, And
it's affecting Chelsea.
It is.
They're conceding goals.
It is. They're conceding a lot of cheap goals.
Begovic is a decent goalie.
Yep.
Courtois better, but, it's a small step down.
Yeah, I think Chelsea still struggles with Courtois in the net. Maybe they might not lose as many games as they have, but they still struggle because the problem is not in the net. The problem is that the team on the field is struggling. They don't have a system. They scored an early goal 4 minutes in and then try to defend it for 86 minutes. That doesn't make sense.
You can't do that.
You cannot do that.
And especially against a Jurgen Klopp side who's going to high press you.
Who's going to play out of the back.
Out of the back because they're going to try and maintain possession and play with the build-up style.
Skrtel and Sacco
which is why I was criticizing the tactics. It didn't make sense. And that maybe that's going to take some self-reflection from Mourinho. That's one of the most difficult things about being a manager.
And on that great point of self-reflection, after the game, they were showing him coming out and standing, watching, the players cool down after the game, and he was standing there with his, managerial, coaching team.
Yeah.
And they were all just, disheveled. They were just shell-shocked. They had no answers. Mourinho looked like he was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. It was sad to see. He's unraveling. I hope he can come back from it, because that's a beautiful story, but...
Yeah, have you seen it? You saw his post-match interview?
Yeah. I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. How'd you guys do in the first? I have nothing to say.
I've never seen him like that before.
I never have. He'll give some crazy answers. He'll, have some antics, but he's never
defeated.
Yes, no weird mental game today. He's just no comment. He pulled a what's his name in football? Lynch. He pulled a Lynch.
Marshawn
Lynch.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's just not cooperating with the media. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a tough scenario that they're in. This is guys. Let's be honest. This is the first time this has ever happened to Mourinho.
Agreed.
And everyone is all over his back. This man has won wherever he's went. Yes, I understand the other portion of he's left nothing once he has left. But for me, he's going through a rough patch for the first time, and if he can come through this and win, then he'll be that much better of a manager.
I agree.
What does winning mean? Top 4? Champions League?
Winning this year...
He's not going to win the title.
Is not going to happen. I don't think there's any wins. This year is a big L.
What's a win for Mourinho in the league?
A win is an FA Cup, an FA Cup, a league... But the biggest win of all, obviously, is the Champions League. And if he were to be able to do that, he'd be a legend.
Does he get fired if he doesn't make Champions League, you think, in your opinion?
No.
He sticks around at Bromwich? Even though there were rumors of saying he has 2 or 3 games left? You think he sticks around?
I mean, looking at his recent interviews, he's so smart in how he handles the media and deals with his job position, because he's brought this up. He's brought the Manchester United team that didn't win any trophies and qualify for the Champions League, and yet the coach still remained and intact because there was a coach there and there was a plan.
Stability,
exactly.
Like you said,
it's about stability, and so setting it up. He's also mentioned other teams who haven't had success in the past, but have kind of kept that coach there at home, and then eventually gone on to be successful. So he's just smart with how he deals with the media. I don't know. What you think, Al?
I don't know.
Is he around if he doesn't make top 4? Does Abramovich give him another year?
You got to keep him. But think about it this way. This is probably what he will do, because he's a smart guy.
Yep.
He's 15th, 16th in the league right now. He's got to look at he's not getting that title back. So what do? FA Cup, like you said, Champions League. If he can bring home the Champions League, get top 4. Because think about it. You're not stressing number 1.
Yeah.
You're resting players. You're taking it easy. Just get top 4. And then everything into the Champions League. It's way easier, quicker competition, less rounds. It's possible.
It is.
If he delivers the Champions League again to Chelsea, man, that
would be insane. To finish
the league's gone. The league's gone, so there's no trouble.
Yeah.
That's what he was brought in here for, honestly. I think at this moment, winning one of those leagues is just one of those things to get you mentally back on that train of, okay, the ultimate goal is the Champions League. And that's what was stated. So,
but if he does leave PSG,
I think you're right. I heard it from you first. I think you're right. So, man of the match for this game?
I would have to say Philippe Coutinho. Philippe Coutinho, man. Yeah. I mean, the young Brazilian gets his first brace in the Barclays Premier League. He carries the team. Basically, he embarrasses Ramirez, who also had a great game. Like we acknowledge, is a top midfielder in the world. John Terry as well. Big game, son. And honorable mention, I'd have to say Martin Skrtel.
Nice. Al?
I agree, Coutinho. Probably put Klopp up there as well.
I like that. Yeah, I'm same here. Coutinho, everything from him was clean. Putting in a lot.
You see Oscar's strike, by the way, from half.
Yes. Wow, dude, that was inches
That
away
could have
from
changed. Like
going
Chelsea
in.
had their chance, man. Like it wasn't a bad performance. Overall.
Yeah.
In the
they
end,
just got beat. Speaking of bad performances, Swansea Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal. Swansea,
Great
down
performance.
from them.
Great performance.
What do you
Hell
think
yeah.
of that? I'm sure you're very happy that your goons
You know
took
what?
care of business.
Right away, I'm amped. I'm so excited because we've been hit with injury recently. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has went down. So has Theo Walcott, who's been in great form. So it was a big start for the young Costa Rican Joel Campbell this week, and he made it pay. He made it pay. Coming into the game, actually, Wenger described it as a do or die game for him.
Wow.
Literally. So
Got the goal. Got that
Fair
goal,
business.
man. That was a big goal.
it was a shaky game, though. Honestly, the first half was very shaky.
It was
Very
balanced.
oh,
Second goal was a little funny. A little lucky, I guess, maybe. Fabianski dropping the ball.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. I feel like Swansea, again, it's similar to the Watford game when Arsenal played Watford. It's like, how would Arsenal have responded if Swansea scored in that first half? And, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They got 3 points, but it's
Exactly.
it's interesting to, like,
the
see.
backbone now.
You're waiting for that test to come. Now we're all waiting for it. Like,
'Cause we
what
see
happens
it.
when Arsenal goes down 1-0, even though they're playing well?
But what do you say about good teams or teams that play poorly but win games? 3-0. That's a fair scoreline.
Yeah.
They didn't play that well.
Yeah.
It's like you got to be a good team. You had an off day and you still walked out 3-0.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Against Swansea, too.
They're just riding that confidence, man.
And-
I told
Yeah.
you, man. They win against Bayern. What's gonna happen,
Yep.
man?
They're
If they
world
win,
beaters
if they
now.
win a second game now,
Oh my God.
I'm afraid they're gonna
I'll
take the
be so
title. Dude.
happy.
That
I'll be right there.
They could
Sadly,
carry
I'll be
them.
Come
right.
on, you goons.
you had a feeling, man.
I had a feeling, dude.
But even the first goal, though, off of a corner kick. Like, how often do we see Arsenal scoring off of
set
corner
pieces,
kicks?
yeah.
Ozil to Giroud.
Olivier.
Keep scoring. The man is on fire.
He keeps scoring, man. Keeping Walcott warm on the bench. But then Walcott comes on and he scores as well. I mean, I'm not saying in this game, but I'm saying lately that's been the trend. Back and forth. They're like
Exactly.
trading blows, which is nothing but awesome for Arsenal.
And now we have, the controversial goal, the second goal, which Al brought up. Now, typically, when a goalie goes up, when the ball's high in the air and a goalie goes up, and a field player, initiates contact with
Yep.
the goalie, I would say 97%
Not
of the time.
96, not 98.
No, this is bro science right now. 97% of the time, the referee's going to call the foul for the goalie.
Agreed.
Impeded.
In this instance, he did not. And it looked like a combination of Giroud and Koscielny,
It was like a sandwich.
who bumped Fabianski. They bumped him off the ball.
Dude, it was so ridiculous. I don't know. That one, I can see why the ref didn't call it, because it did look like a coming together of bodies. Everyone's playing the ball, but dude, when you watch it like in normal motion, you're like, there's no way that goes to the goalie 97% of the time, like you said.
It's because he's an ex-Arsenal player,
That's
Fabianski.
That's
So,
teaching him a lesson.
That one hurt extra.
bookie.
Salt in the
bookie paid
wounds.
him.
Elbow in the ribs. Third goal, Joel Campbell, dude. Love this guy. We've been talking
my
about him
God.
since the World Cup. Where has he been?
Look, he's been behind a young, talented roster. I think he's behind Walcott, behind Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So those two go down. Finally, he gets his start, and he steps up to the plate.
He killed it. He absolutely killed it. I'm happy for him. I'm hoping he gets a little more playing time going forward. I'd really love to see what he, if he can live up to his potential, because seeing him in that World Cup.
I think we all
this guy-
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It
we
was just
all
fun
did, right?
watching him play.
It was unbelievable. Shooting shots from far. Like, he's got it
do it.
all.
Because
Taking
he
people on.
was smart. He knew he had to do that stuff to carry that team.
Yeah.
That's the only option.
That's it. I just got to barrel this ball in the net.
And the thing is, when he did lose possession, he was the first to chase back afterward.
Yep.
That's a great quality
great.
for a young player
Absolutely.
going forward.
One of the unteachables.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And Ozil picks up his second assist in the game. Nice
He's
cross
playing
to
well
him.
now.
Yeah.
He's hitting
playing
on
well.
He's
all
back on.
cylinders now. But
Yeah, he's hot right
Let's see
now.
if he can
He's
carry it,
scary.
though. He's been good before for Arsenal.
Exactly. Let's
For
see
a
if he
month
can-
and a half, couple
Yep.
weeks.
Let's see if he can keep the
For
form
a full
going.
season, half a season he's done.
Yeah. It's interesting because also he doesn't have help from his midfield. Wilshire's hurt, Ramsey's hurt. Like, it's tough. It's tough for him, but he's doing it. He's finding a way, which is not quite how Ozil has been.
It's tough building up like a rapport with your midfielders when they're dropping every other week.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta get 4 guys playing week in, week out to really get a groove going.
Exactly, especially in that midfield because there's so much communication, traffic.
There's gonna be gaps if you.
Yeah,
and I think that's what we saw in the first half was just that the game was so. At first, there wasn't a really good tempo to it, but then it was so open. Next thing you know, the game's wide open, swinging wide open. The midfield's too spread, not tight enough, and I mean Coquelin, I think, has been probably our best, our most consistent midfielder in terms of his performances. Maybe not always getting the hype, but him and Santi Cazorla, I thought were a little disjointed in the first half. A little bit disjointed, but somehow they made it come together in the second half. And, you know, I'm glad for that. But going forward, I think adding another midfielder is going to be necessary for the title hopes.
Yeah, definitely. Someone maybe who comes in with a little more experience and composure, like United have Bastian in the middle, just sort of calm things down.
Bastian.
You know?
Exactly.
What a great signing.
All right, so man of the match for this game?
Oh, man of the match for this game. This one was tough. I'd have to probably say Mesut Ozil. He had a good performance, 2 assists, very influential in the goals. He's becoming more of a leader now. I see him organizing people, you know, sometimes chastising young Joel Campbell, you know, telling him what to do and things like that. So I think Ozil, the way he's been playing, solid performance.
Al?
I have to agree with him.
Yeah, again, 3 for 3, I say Ozil as well.
Yeah.
He's just looking hot right now, and it's getting scary. If he can keep this run of form together, then
He can score goals, too.
and he can score goals. So
World
he does
class.
it.
I'd still take Modric, though.
Yeah, I would too. I
Nah.
would too.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
All right.
All right, next
United.
game, Palace United.
All right, next game.
That's 0-0. Next game. Again, United struggling with firepower, struggling to score goals. We have a young kid in Marshall who started off 4 for 4, and ever since then has sort of
He's on the wing.
perfect. I'm
Put him
glad
up
you
top.
say that. Put him up top. Put him up top. It's time to put Marshall up there. Stop protecting Rooney's feelings. We love Rooney, but he's the anchor right now.
See, I hear you guys complaining about Marshall and Rooney, and there's this guy who's just kind of going under the tone. He's just kind of on the low that no one's talking about, and his name is Memphis Depay. Where is Memphis?
This is true.
Dude, Memphis is a youngster in development. He's on the bench, chilling.
Martial is a younger player,
But he's
starting.
more mature. He's more mature.
That's
Look how disciplined Martial is.
That's all it is, dude. It's just Marshall has a girlfriend, or he's married, I think. I think he has a girlfriend and a kid.
He's focused.
He has
Does
a
he
kid.
really?
Yeah, he has
There
a
you
kid.
go.
So he's focused.
You ever heard of a side bitch?
Okay.
Yeah, that's very possible.
It's possible,
as a
but
young
like
professional player.
it definitely
You know
is
what I mean?
possible.
Just
But I
because you're
don't think he
married
is.
doesn't. I get the point though. I understand. There's more stability.
He could balance
there.
both then.
Yes.
He could balance both way
Yeah.
better than Memphis.
He can do it both,
You
like
know?
Giggsy did.
Yeah.
Giggsy did it for many years. Sorry, Giggsy.
Nobody knew.
Sorry,
Or
Giggsy.
everybody knew, and no one said anything.
Exactly.
You can't
No one
say
cared.
anything to Sir Giggs.
So these things happen, but the talent is undeniable, and I think the sooner you can get Depay, Martial on the same page,
that's dangerous.
this Man
Yes.
United team is
Yes.
going to be scary. Yes, they're a little unbalanced, but the attack is just, they have so much firepower.
I agree.
If we can get Memphis playing like Di Maria, as effective as Di Maria could be, you
Yeah.
know, I'd much rather have Memphis than Di Maria.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Much
Especially
more physical. We can work back
Maybe in
more.
the league, yeah, in the type of league
Yeah.
you're
I'm saying
playing.
in the Premier
in
League,
this league, yeah.
Like he's gonna be an all-rounder, competing for every ball.
And he's jacked too. Depay is huge, you know, so like physicality for him won't be a problem.
But that pace,
Yeah,
then you have Valencia on the right.
I love it. Or Ashley Young. Poor Ashley Young is in arguably the best form of his life, and
He's in exile.
he just can't get in.
I feel so bad for
Tough
Ashley
squad.
Young. Ashley Young's like that skinny kid who grew up and then like hit the weight room, and then finally he developed a physique, and then like this 250-pound football player in Memphis Depay just basically walked in and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here now," and he just lost his position. Like there's nothing. It seems like there's nothing he can do to get a starting role. On
he was. I think he was hurt the last couple of games, but like you're right. Even when he's healthy, like this whole season, he's sort of played a bit part. You know, if someone goes down and we need someone, and
he's clinical off that bench.
He's unbelievable off that bench. He's that 12th player that you need. Like,
and he's so fresh. He's so quick, man. He's so fresh coming off that bench. Like I'd much rather keep him. Wait till give him a half hour.
Yeah, that's it.
30 minutes.
I would bring him and Fellaini on together. Because his service, Ashley Young's service into the box is unbelievable.
That's what I was about to say. I disagree because at this moment in time, there's no one whose final ball on United is better than Ashley Young's.
Memphis's will be hopefully one day.
Yeah.
And, it's going to have to be better.
It's definitely going to have to be.
Ashley Young serves a nice ball.
Especially
on the left flank when he cuts in.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's going to be a back. It's going to tap it, Fellaini. Just put your hair on it.
Probably like him and Mata right now, who might be able to whip in a ball like that. But Rooney, take a seat, bro. Take a seat.
Taxi.
Yeah, we love you, dude. We love you, but it's
go down to Barbados for like a week.
There you go.
Get some sun.
That's it. Relax. Forget about football for a week and
do some
come
swimming.
Back fired up. Yeah. Swim with some sharks.
Let's be like Chris Hansen, man. Take a seat.
Man of the match for this game. It's a little tougher.
I'd have to say Bolasie, man. This dude,
oh my god,
Bolasie is a nightmare.
Say, dude, it sounds like we're all the same.
I love this guy.
Dude, he was going at Rojo,
throwing the elbows at Rojo, like he didn't give a damn.
You know who he is, man? This is the guy when Valencia was on Wigan. That's who Palacios too. But that's who Bolasie was.
Yeah.
But Bolasie can dribble, dude. He's like Wesley Snipes or something, dude. Like he's ripped. Like
he's jacked.
He's like a cannonball, man. You can't stop him. He's so fast.
And he didn't even blink at Rojo. Rojo was like, trying to get in his face, calling him out. Bolasie was like, nerd. Like, you don't want any of this, bro. Like, let's not even pretend.
Man, he is a force, man. Valencia, like, I'd take Bolasie over Valencia almost,
Yeah, I mean, at this point...
It's the same industry, but look at that, a threat going forward.
Yeah, Bolasie's a beast.
He's scary, dude.
I really wanted Zaha, to do work. I wanted Zaha to get his revenge against the bitches that are Man United. But, it's all right. Maybe next time,
still rooting for him.
Yeah.
I still love the guy.
Yeah, I still love him. I'm just glad he didn't make us pay.
He doesn't love you.
That's fine. We don't love him that much either.
If Fergie stayed a couple more years...
I think he would have developed him. I think Fergie had a plan for him, but, couldn't. Just didn't run out of time.
Unless he was there.
Yeah, just ran out of time, and then people couldn't see exactly what Fergie saw, so they sort of let him go. But good for him. He's still in the Prem. He's getting playing time.
He's gonna grow.
Yeah, exactly. I still see him making the same mistakes he was making though when he was at United, like dribbling too much and not making that final decision.
He's only 21?
The right one. Yeah, but dude, he's making mistakes that. If you're at a tryout and you're making those mistakes, you won't get a contract with that team, with the reserves or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that final decision, because he has the ability. And I think the reason he's still a pro is that ability. Everyone sees that potential. If he can just learn to make the right decision, whether it's, okay, take on another defender or cut it back or cross it or pass it. Like, those small things. If he can get those right,
Sterling's crossed that threshold,
Exactly. Sterling, exactly. Perfect example.
He's fucking stepped up.
Sterling's last ball, or last decision, whether it's pass, dribble, shoot, like hesitation. When he scored that hat trick and he faked like 4 or 5 defenders out, put them on their asses, like that kind of decision making.
That's I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. So like if Zaha can just work on that, and it's also his work rate. He'll get frustrated when he starts losing the ball. He stops working. So it's like...
mentality.
Exactly.
It's the mentality. He has the skills. He has the physique. He has the talent. Can you get that mentality correct? Can you stay after hours and work on those things? I don't know. Get a mind coach. Do something.
Exactly. But, yeah, so I guess all 3 of us, Bolasie, man of the match.
Oh, my God.
All right. So next up...
Bolasie.
A little honorable mention with Leicester and West Brom. Leicester finding a way to dig deep, come out.
I wonder why.
3 points. I wonder why. I wonder who scored that game winner. Interesting question.
Dude.
What did I say last week, dude? I said this guy is the truth right now. He has to be watched 90 minutes. His work rate.
Where the hell did he come from, man?
Dude, I have no idea.
Like, how do you just get... Is he just a street baller? You know?
Exactly, right?
Is he like
what is
young Wayne Rooney or something, but he just did that for way longer? You know?
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable work rate. Doesn't turn off, like, all game, and he just needs one chance, and that's it. He makes you pay.
He's clever.
He's clever. Perfect way to put it. Clever.
He's clinical, too.
He's not flashy. Doesn't waste his time with that crowd.
Dude, he's so direct. When he gets that ball, it's like 110 miles an hour towards goal. Like, there's no
he's
hesitation.
Quick, man.
Dude, he's so quick.
Fast.
I don't understand.
His
first step
it's
and
unbelievable.
his next 10, you know.
In case you haven't figured out, James Vardy is his name.
Jimmy.
And
young Jamie.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He's unbelievable with that wrist. Still going with that wrist.
And Mahrez, too.
Mahrez. Let's not sleep on him.
Having a season.
Let's not sleep on him. Mr. Barcelona. Mr. Real Madrid.
If he actually goes, man,
he has to go. If they come
from
knocking,
Leicester.
Exactly. What are you gonna say?
What?
Yeah, no, dude. From Leicester. If he was at Liverpool, Tottenham, I'd be like, nah, maybe he can sit down,
Dude,
wait.
They should sell him for like 20 and a player.
What I'm saying is, I haven't seen like Barcelona, Madrid.
You need to Google
from him yet. Maybe I haven't
Google.
watched him enough, and you know what? Maybe my sample size is small, so I'll reserve my judgment. But he's a skillful player. I think though the consistency, those clubs can chew you up and spit you out really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Hence Robinho,
and bury you.
who was the next Neymar. Hence Royston Drenthe, who was the Black Robin. You know what? These clubs can chew you up and spit you out. Even Thiago Alcantara right now, who's playing on Bayern Munich, starting, he struggled at Barcelona. Yeah. So and he was in La Masia, the youth program. So just because you have some talent, you got some skill, doesn't necessarily mean you can be a stalwart and maintain a roster spot at these clubs.
Well, yes. Well, when I say Mr. Barcelona, Mr. Real Madrid, I don't mean like he's guaranteed going, but there are a lot of people speculating about it.
Just
so there is something there. Exactly. From Leicester. So who knows if he goes there and he just chokes and never handles it. But he reminds me of a young Cristiano Ronaldo in the sense... Easy.
Didn't say anything.
In the sense that there's a lot of dribbling to his game, a lot of fancy footwork, and he hasn't quite built the physique yet. And they play similar style, run on your toes, shoot from far. Like, it's a similar Cristiano Ronaldo style. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the next Cristiano or talent level. I'm just saying the style of player he is reminds me of a young Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's scoring goals now. He's shown that he can score goals, which was a young Cristiano Ronaldo trait. So, I'm not saying he is, everyone. Calm down. What I'm saying is the similarities between the way he runs, the way he plays against defenders.
All right, man.
How much longer does he have at Leicester?
This is it. I think he goes next year. If not to like Real Madrid, Barca, then he'll go to like a Liverpool. No, I'm saying like I think this is it. Like if he doesn't go to those big, someone's coming for this kid. Someone higher than Leicester is coming for this kid, like a Liverpool. Maybe Klopp will bring him in. I don't know.
Now, what about Vardy? Because now Mahrez does have a little bit more potential because his window is slightly greater. But Vardy's 28 years old.
Ricky Lambert.
Is he one of those transfers who you get in January even because he's on fire? Or
Everton.
I think Vardy stays with Leicester.
Go on, Toffees.
I think Vardy Well, actually, Everton wouldn't be a bad shout. Him going to Everton actually wouldn't be a bad look. That's a very industrious team. Yeah, that's a very industrious, hardworking team. That would be a great pickup.
Right.
And I could see him going there, next year. Yeah, on the cheap. So, but the thing is, a lot of clubs in the world don't touch English forwards, no matter how good the English forward is. So, never mind a 28-year-old English forward playing at Leicester. Like they wouldn't even touch a guy like Shearer. Not that they didn't want him, but like it wasn't this mad dash to sign Alan Shearer when he was out. It wasn't this mad dash to sign Rooney. Rooney was always linked with Real Madrid, but that's about it, really. Like no one really like fought and came hard for Rooney. So like English forwards, I don't know what it is. There's just maybe it's because they're not consistent all the way throughout, and when they're like good, it's more like the goal scorers versus like Agueros and all-rounders like Lewandowski's. Like, it's not this power.
Poacher, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler.
Exactly. Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney. Like,
Alan Shearer's got to be like the best of all time, though, as far as a complete striker.
I think so,
Outside
but his
box,
game was very boring. I think so. Like, one of the best.
He put the ball
but his game
direct,
was very boring.
Vardy's English are just direct, I guess.
That's it. And you need more than that when you're a forward. And if you're going to be one of the best in the world, you need more.
I wouldn't say best of all time.
Just win trophies, though.
He was a great
He's one of the greatest.
Yeah, he was a great striker.
Yeah, no, you can't say best.
He had natural instincts.
That's it.
That a lot of players didn't have. He was like a right time, right place also, kind of.
I was saying just for England, like in English history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about Best, George Best, and all those guys back in the day? They might have something to say about it. Was he? Oh, there we go, bro science. Good job. All right, next game, Watford, West Ham. Dude, West Ham finding a way to implode. What the fuck?
It had to happen at some point, man.
Ridiculous, dude. Like 2-0 to Watford. You just came off beating up on poor Chelsea, and you get blanked by Watford.
Maybe it was just a false sense of hope, or a false sense of invincibility.
Yeah, they turned off. Maybe it's one of those clubs where they play up or down to their competition. If they're playing a good team, then everyone's fired up. They're ready to play. If they're playing a bad team, they kind of switch off and play down to that level. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I like this West Ham squad. They have some very talented players, and I think his name is Dimitri Payet.
Oh, Payet, awesome.
Going forward, he can do it all. But also Koyate.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even know how to pronounce it.
This dude Koyate. I mean, from my understanding, he used to be a center back who now played right back and now plays center mid. So
wow,
he can.
I didn't know that.
He's almost like an all-purpose guy who's 6'5" or 6'6", and that's rare in the game of soccer.
Is he that tall?
He's tall. This guy is tall. He's a tall guy who's fast. He can cover ground. Even when he was going up against Chelsea, they were struggling to keep up with him just because the
physique.
Yeah, the distance he covers with his long legs. So they have talented players. They just have to put it together. I think.
And they have Song.
Yeah, who's
Song
on the bench?
Also, who's hurt.
Who?
Alexander Song.
Who?
Oh, you don't remember him?
Who?
The guy who left the Goons to go chase his dream at the Camp Nou with young Cesc Fabregas.
Could have been Ewan Coughlin right now, Song.
Could have been Patrick Vieira.
Could have been, right? The next Patrick Vieira would have been him.
The closest to Patrick Vieira I've ever seen has got to be Yeah.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. The only difference is the mentality, but as far as like the way they play the game.
Just bulldoze from your own box. Just run straight line.
And
he'll just bounce off
touch.
you.
Meticulous touch.
Big guy, nice touch.
Yep. Can slide tackle the shit out of you when he feels like it too.
If he came to United.
I wish he did, man.
God.
I wish he did.
Instead you guys got Bush and Schweinsteiger spoiled.
No. We're saying Yaya Toure back in the day.
Oh, when he was from Barca.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, that was a different Toure.
Yeah, no, I don't want Toure now. Like, from City to United, nah. No, we don't want him.
He's over 30 now. He's like 31, 32.
Yeah, we're done. We don't want him.
I can't believe he's that old.
Unbelievable. Speaking of Yaya Toure, might as well get into the City-Norwich game, right? City digs this one out 2-1.
Man. I thought it was going to be a draw.
Oh, dude, I was praying for a draw, too.
Me too.
How did you do that in the last minute?
What a robbery, dude.
This team's scary.
Penalty.
The sad thing is, so basically, we can all sort of agree that it was Ruddy's fault. That penalty, causing the penalty.
Yeah.
It was Ruddy's fault, rushing out, sprinting. Like, if he's going to come out like that, my point is, if he's going to come out sprinting like that, you have to clear that ball. You don't hesitate. You don't stop. You follow through. If you clear out the defender, if you clear out the forward, fine. But, like, you have to go for that ball. And he just stopped.
You got to catch it first time.
Or catch it first time.
He dropped it, and then whoever the defender was in front of him, no communication or poor communication, stood there like, if I was me, I would just kicked it.
Yeah.
If you're a defender,
swing right through.
Last minute of the game, just get it out.
Yeah,
you're closer, just get the hell out of there. I hate when that happens. It's
you're
just
playing away from home.
It's
too.
a goal that should not have happened.
No.
And that's why it's frustrating.
And it's discipline.
You're right.
It's unlucky.
And Ruddy had a good game though. That's
Norwich
a
had a
sad
good
thing.
game.
Yeah, Norwich played well. Like City got lucky to steal those 3 points. Like City was in control of the game. You look at the stats. So when I say lucky, I say it with a pinch of salt in there. But they kind of got away with one, dude. Like Joey Hart, missed a blunder himself. He's good for one of these at least once, maybe twice a season. And I think he's probably going to have to sit the next 3 or 4 games until he gets his mentality back in. Like,
no, you don't have anyone better. Keep Joey Hart, and I think Joey Hart is fine. These things, like you said, he's good for 1 or 2 a season. Just chalk it up to that. Chalk it up to that. Let him get back into his groove with these plays, because missing company, it's. You need some stability back there.
But when he does that, historically, Pellegrini has sat him. Like, we all know Joey Hart has spent 3 or 4 games on the bench. And it's coming.
My only point is he just came back from doing that. He just came back.
And look what he did. Look, I don't mind if Joey plays or not. I'm saying, based on Pellegrini's pattern, I think Joey's going to sit again. I mean, that mistake, he turned off. He misjudged the ball. He took a step forward when he should have been taking a step back, and then try to recover last minute.
Just thrown it or punt. When you're going down, throw it out of bounds for a corner.
Exactly, that's it. Or punch it over, throw it over, and he didn't.
My thing just happened too quick, But it was over before he could realize what happened. Exactly. Poor guy, dude.
Cameron.
Yeah, I got it.
Scavenger.
Next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. Where'd I go wrong?
So that happens though, but then later in the game he makes this great save where the ball's deflected.
Unbelievable.
He's leaning left, has to readjust almost mid-air. This was an awkward one. This typically, keepers is a good save. This was an extraordinary save.
Agreed.
So he has that capability. You can't take him out.
Well, look, he reminds me of a Barthez at United. Less mistakes, but at Barthez, where this guy has a lot of ability, great ability, but he's good for a ball through his legs once a season. So, once you hit that Man City level, they got away with one this weekend. But Joey Hart could have cost them 2 points, which could completely destroy the title race. So, I'm not saying Joey Hart sucks. I'm not saying should be dropped, sold, yada, yada. What I'm saying is this is a liability that Man City's going to have to address if they want to build a dynasty. Look at Chelsea when they were in dynasty mode. Look at United when you were in dynasty mode.
Twice.
Why hasn't Arsenal been in dynasty mode? Your goalie is what it's all about.
Leaky.
And bring in Petacek this year.
Unbelievable.
He's getting another few years.
And look at you guys. Look where you guys are on the table. You're flying high because you took care of that position. There's no weirdness from Petacek. There's no ball through the legs.
100% confidence.
That's it. That's all I'm saying about Joey Hart.
You can't put a price tag on that stuff.
You can't. I remember I read somewhere it said a good goalie is 12 points in the season. A good goalie is 12 points. So a guy like Joey Hart, he's great, but they got to do something long term. He's fine for now. He's perfect for now, and you're right, there's no one better, but long term, maybe you look at Navas.
Yeah.
When De Gea goes there, you try to pick up Navas. I don't know.
Maybe he's definitely not the best, or even I'd say top 5 goalies in the world.
Exactly.
But I think he's a quality goalie.
He is. I agree
with experience.
Agreed.
But Sterling would manage to earn a PK late in the game. Sneaky, so sneaky, this guy.
So what did you think of the antics after he earned it? So he wants to take it. Who else was it?
Kolarov.
Bonnie wanted to take it. Kolarov wanted to take it.
Can we talk about Bonnie real quick?
But then also
how
the best
terrible
part
was he today?
The best part, Fernando wants to take it.
Yeah,
Fernando just came on the field. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You just got on the field and you're a defensive mid. Get out of here.
All right, my thing is, if it's an important penalty kick, if you're tied 1-1 and it's for the win, okay, do it. But they were already winning 2-1. This was the chance to go up 3-1.
Yeah.
The young kid earned it. It was 1-on-1 against the defender. Sterling been having a great game. He had, been trying to get a goal all game.
Yeah.
90th minute, it's the kid. Give it to him. But Kolarov
wanted that goal bonus. He wanted that goal bonus, that check in the mail.
And what happened?
Scuffed it.
Missed.
And I love Kolarov's service, his corners, his set pieces, he whips that ball. So when I saw him taking it, I was like, all right, this is going
guarantee.
Roof of the net, curling away from the goalie. And he just scuffed it, just missed it. Sad. What were you saying about Bonnie?
Oh man, he had a howler. I feel like he runs like a duck. And his shoes
like a turtle.
Yeah, and his shoes must weigh like 20 pounds each, or ankle weights. I don't know what it is.
His thighs, man.
He's a beast.
He's too big.
He's a beast. He should be like a running back or something. He looks like Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
it's hard to maintain that weight and play a full 90.
Be delicate, but just as he just runs through. I love it. He's a good player, and he's got class. Like he can finish, but. Man City quality, like Man City.
He's not, and I don't see it. And I know
he's not Louis Saha, He's not Nick Anelka.
Yeah,
like those are those type of players.
And Tum and I have, not always, but like we've disagreed on his potential. I don't see Man City caliber potential, Real Madrid caliber potential. He's a hell of a forward. He's perfect, but I feel like them letting Dzeko go and Negredo, but keeping Bonnie was a fucking mistake. Dzeko, it was time for him to go because he basically wanted a starting role or he was leaving. He's 29. But you could have, I feel like Negredo, you could have talked him into staying and then let Bonnie go, or maybe make Bonnie that third striker. Like, now you're starting Bonnie and you still see it?
Yes, I definitely
like Real Madrid level.
No.
Forward.
Here's the thing. There's a difference between Man City and Real Madrid.
No, but that's where they're trying to. Aguero is a Real Madrid level forward.
Oh yeah.
Yaya Toure, David Silva.
Bonnie's not a Real Madrid level forward.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like, do you ever see him getting to a Real Madrid? No. That's my only point with Bonnie.
His potential is not. That's my only point.
He's off the bench.
It is Man City good.
Against Newcastle, you start him.
Yeah. But Man City good. Like Man City, you could say 5 or 6 of their players could be on Real Madrid.
But he's not one of them. What about the other players who couldn't be on Madrid?
But that's what I'm saying. But they're always improving those positions. They brought in De Bruyne because Jesus Navas couldn't be Real Madrid level. So now De Bruyne. They brought in Sterling because that position. You know what I mean? So they're constantly building up. So they bring in a guy like Bonnie. It's like he's not improving your team.
Stopgap.
And you let go Negredo, who is improving your team.
I think he is. Think he is. Look, I think those players.
He had 2 misses today. 2 misses that he should have put on net. Maybe he shouldn't have scored.
He was cowish. Look, that's what
kick it as hard as you can into the stands.
Dude, what was that? Like, I know you want to go power, but he kicked it like he was trying to break the goal.
Trying to end the world, yeah.
So, like, saying that guy's Man City level, Aguero doesn't do that. Aguero hits the target at least, even if you're going to rocket it.
He's not on Aguero's level. Don't compare.
But Negredo would have hit the target. Okay, let's say that. Negredo would have hit that target. Dzeko would have hit that target.
Maybe he wouldn't if he was in a bad run of form. Like, look, he hasn't proven his price tag yet. I'll agree with you. He hasn't proven his value yet. I do see the potential. I think you're calling it quits now. I don't know, L. Are you calling it quits now on Bonnie?
Do you ever see Bonnie becoming a Real Madrid level forward, like an Aguero representation?
No.
So then why is he on that team when everyone else is aspiring for that level? Could you say Sterling will be Real Madrid level forward winger one day? Is he now? Maybe you could say now he is, but definitely he might be. De Bruyne, definitely he might be.
There's a difference, but I understand your point is that in terms of aspiring, but at the end of the day, there's a reality that Man City is different from Real Madrid. So although you do have Aguero, he's a special player. Sterling, he's a special player.
Dzeko
was not a Real Madrid. Negredo Negredo actually came from Real Madrid. So it's funny that you say that, but at the end of the day, I think he's a player who's at his peak now. As we're talking, he's at his peak. He's not going any higher. He might go lower, but he's at his peak right now.
I'm saying you're wasting a position playing him when you could be starting an Iheanacho, a guy who you see potential for. Bonnie taking that position, I think, it hurts City. City, even when they play with them. So, great example, right? So Yaya Toure comes off, and you saw him yelling at Manuel Pellegrini. I think, okay, so there's 2 theories. You tell me which one you think it is. He's yelling at Pellegrini because he's tired of being subbed off in games. He's been subbed off the last few games. He's not happy about it. Or 2, just before he got subbed out, Man City broke out on a 3v1. And Bonnie had the ball. And he had the option to play it left. I think it was Jesus Navas to his left. Or play it right to Yaya Toure. Instead, he dribbles, cuts, and then shoots it wide. Right after that, Toure comes off. Do you think Toure is yelling because he's subbed off? Or do you think he's yelling because he's tired of Bonnie's bullshit?
I think he was mad about being subbed off, and he yelled because of the frustration of that Bonnie was even on the field.
Okay.
So if it was someone else, it'd be upset. Nonetheless, I mean.
Yeah.
But because of that, he was frustrated, and then he subbed. Like he boiled over, and it was Boney.
Yeah.
So he it's a different class, and he knows that.
Yeah.
It is, and it's his fellow countryman. It's definitely his fellow countryman. So I think it was just one of those things where the emotions were kind of like riding high. But man, Bonnie is getting better by being around those players every day.
No doubt.
By training with those players, he is getting better. So my thing is, man, now he's got a lot of pressure on him, right? You have to live up to who? Kun Aguero? That's who you have to live up to? The man who's scoring?
No, I'm not saying he should be Aguero. Yeah, but he should be scoring.
That's what I'm saying. He has to live up to that. So he to the expectation of scoring.
Yeah, of a forward.
Week in, week out, which is what Aguero does. For Man City, who's in the spotlight, I think he needs a little bit more time. I do think he has the ability to start at Man City and be a good forward.
Can I say this? Should have went with Gomes.
Batafembi.
They picked the wrong striker, man.
No way.
They should have gone Gomes.
He was cowish against Arsenal.
No,
did you see him?
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god!
To make it 1-0.
Wide open against Arsenal.
Too much time.
And he did like the Harlem Shake, like he shimmied his shoulders, and then I don't even know. You almost try to go around the keeper. Just his decision making was so poor.
Hey, he's not.
And Bellerin was able to come back.
Okay, you're ripping on him now.
Do
He's not there yet. He's not the finished product.
I love Batafembi.
All right,
Batafembi.
Give him time.
Yo, stick a fork.
He's a poor man's Lukaku.
He's done.
He's goofy looking.
The Panther, yo, take that Panther celebration back to France.
I love it. It's the best celebration.
Give him time.
All right, honorable mention. A lot of articles this weekend about Jack Butland's performance. And I didn't catch the full game, but I saw some of the highlights. And I got to say, man, this guy with cat-like reflexes, he's young. I think they said he's 21. I think he's one for the future. Maybe not, Neuer level, not top 3, top 5 in the world, but he could be England's next goalie. I think he's also in the setup, too, right? The U21 setup, if I'm not mistaken. Bro science. Don't quote me on that.
Like Joe Hart level, or?
Yeah, I think he'll get like Joe Hart. Yeah, maybe not as good. Even though I ragged on Joe Hart, I still think he's world class. But yeah, Jack Butland, if he can sort of figure out the consistency with the feet. I know he's had trouble with his feet, so I don't know. But as far as reflexes, you can't teach that. De Gea survives on reflexes right now. Some of his saves are like
kick saves.
Like goalie technique wise, it's not right. It's just not good technique. If you're on a trial and you were making saves like that, they wouldn't pick you.
You could tell he used to be a field player at some point.
Yeah, he does this hockey save where he puts his knee down and blocks it so you can't shoot it through his legs.
But if that deflection, he'll make that save and the ball will go 20 yards. Yeah. So it's hey,
kicks it
away. Didn't bounce to the 6 or the 12. He hit him and went 20 yards away. Hey, that's a good save. I don't care. If you caught it, it would have been nice. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
He's got that special save gene.
That's it. You can't teach it. Mm-mm. You can't train that. Those cat-like reflexes.
So if you're looking for a goalie, Jack Butland.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. And he's at Stoke, so he'll definitely get a lot of reps. Have a lot of shots to save. But
could be a Ben Foster story.
Could be like that, where Ben Foster couldn't quite get over the hump, but he was definitely
he had the reflexes, he had the energy, he had the heart. He was incredible.
Yeah, but
he had the rawest touch.
Oh my God,
the most raw touch.
Killed his career, dude. One touch killed his career.
Oh man. Oh, that was hilarious. I'm sorry.
Foster getting left. That's so hard.
How can you keep playing for 10 years?
It's gonna be on the internet forever, bro. Not Jack Butland. Foster one day is gonna be listening to this. Somehow stumbles onto it. Hear you laughing at him. It's gonna be dude, that was 10 years ago.
I got no love.
People don't forget.
I got no love. Ex-Man U player and with the rawest touch.
Yeah, it was bad.
You can't defend that guy.
Yeah, it was bad. Anything else, boys, before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, Everton, Sunderland.
Oh, yeah, 6. Dude, how could I forget that?
I don't know.
Forgot to write that down. Everton, Sunderland, Aruna Kone. The hat-trick.
Come with the hour, come with the man.
Love it, dude. Love it.
The granddad. The
granddad. Man. I can't believe he's 31. Love the hair, though.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what it is about him.
And he was finishing with his weaker left foot, which I wouldn't even call it weaker. Just his other foot, the other leg.
He had a game, man, and I'm glad he's back in the starting lineup. I know when Naismith scored his hat trick, Kone was the one who was sacrificed, and rightfully so. You know, Naismith was hot. Naismith sort of struggled, you know, the last few games, and Kone's been able to jump back into the starting lineup, and I've seen him coming off the bench even when United was playing Everton. I saw Kone coming off the bench, and there was like an injection of energy in the attack. So I think he's on form right now, but like you said, he's 31 years old. Like, he's on his way out, sort of. But like, so I don't know if he'll be able to keep this form, but it's definitely nice to see a guy like that who's been sort of like a workhorse in the world of soccer, like, get rewarded like that.
And Everton
a hat trick.
Yeah, Everton has so much speed. With
speed
him,
and power,
Aaron Lennon, Deulofeu, Lukaku.
Let's not forget that it was Sunderland that they were playing at the same time today. Because the way they played today, like, they were unbelievable.
Unreal. They
played the way before, when they get in that rhythm. One-touch passing, two-touch passing, unselfish. That's what Martinez has beat into these guys. You know, pass the ball, want the ball, get it back, give and go. Just work it around. That's how they break these teams down. Because before you know it, like 3 passes, they're already behind you.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And they got the players that can just find the spaces, you know?
Just drive forward.
For me, it's not the offense that concerns me about Everton. It's the defense. It's the other thing. I think Martinez has fused his system well. They understand, but the defense is the very important part now, because you go up 2-0, you're flying high. We know it is the most dangerous score in the game. Next thing you know, it's tied up 2-2 to a Sunderland team who many have thought might end up being relegated at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So where's the discipline? Where's the defense in that? Yes, they had the firepower because they were playing a lesser team, but against the big dogs, are you going to be able to get away with that?
It's got to be the tactics, because they got the players. John Stones is young coming through, but Jack Yelka, he's an established international.
I feel like Jags.
He's done.
I feel like Jags is done.
I feel like
Jags is on his way out. He's old. He's lost a step. He's just not the same.
Lovely guy though.
I love him too. He's a soldier for the league, but they need to find a replacement very soon for him.
And I think he can be a player who stays there, but get John Stones someone else. Get him a different partner. He's good in terms of being that mentor.
He's done his job.
And showing him the ropes.
Yeah,
now get another guy who's going to be his partner in crime.
Good call.
And, there you go. You have the trio.
Big games.
Good call.
Phil gets out on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, when called upon.
Leadership, big away games.
Yeah, John,
Jags.
This is a reduced role, because he's still effective.
Exactly. And I think that's what, to bring it back to poor Jose, I think that's what he had trouble doing. That's like sort of Terry, like, doing it the right way and sort of pushing him,
Play him every
off
game.
to the side. Yeah, so like he just cut him one day and played Zuma out of nowhere.
I'm so glad you brought that point up. This made me think back to a point I was thinking about earlier, and just to change it slightly, but more big picture thought. Now, as we look at these players and these one club players, I should say, who have been with the club for so long, won so much with the club, or even if they haven't won, have just been there for numerous years. What happens to them now? Do they go to an MLS? Are they sold in the instance of John Terry? What happens now? Do you keep him as a bit part player, or do you sell him in this new transfer market that has gone from teams essentially holding on to cultural icons and now to selling them to teams who play in the Middle East?
I think it depends on the club that person is coming from. From Man United, I think the odds are the player will retire a Red, or United will do the utmost to retire that player red. Example, Scholes.
Rio Ferdinand.
Well, Rio was a weird one.
Club.
Yeah, Rio was a weird one, but
QPR. That's an example of like more the new age.
Yeah,
went to QPR.
But I mean, I'm sure he was happy with that. Like,
it was
with
his
Harry,
choice.
like,
and his brother.
And
his brother. I think that was part of the reason
he knew what he was getting
went
himself
there.
into.
Yeah, but you look at like
we all wanted him to do. I don't know, not get relegated. That was terrible. It was awful.
That's a harsh way to go from Man U to having a struggle week in, week out with your brother. It's like, they went the ass this week, bruh. Son.
You driving home?
It's an awkward ass Thanksgiving or whatever.
It's tough, dude.
Guy Fawkes Day, whatever the fuck. That's an awkward ass one. But no, man, that's just a question I wanted to raise because we see these legends, like you say, Scholesy, Giggsy, iconic players. But now we look at Barcelona and Xavi. Even he didn't retire.
So sad, dude.
Everyone thought he was gonna retire there, or at least
Puyol did.
Yeah,
I guess
Puyol was the last of a dying breed.
I guess it's up to the player, like you're saying. I guess it's more and more up to the player because I think
if they want to play.
Yeah, I think Xavi could have easily retired. He knew deep down he was sort of like done as far as like playing high level football. But if a Middle Eastern level team comes to you and says, "Hey, we'll match your salary that you're earning now for the next 2 or 3 years," you sort of go, because you get to ride out and get that money, even though you're not playing at the level that justifies that money at a Barcelona, at a Chelsea, at a Madrid. So
it's a retirement fund.
It's your retirement fund. That's it. You look at what's his name? Who's playing with Lamps? The Italian guy. Always forget him. I always think
Andre
Totti.
Pirlo?
Yes, Andre Pirlo. I always think Totti. I don't know why. I have no idea. But Andre Pirlo doesn't need to be in the MLS playing. But we offered him a boatload of money, so he came over to play. Like, he could have easily stayed at Juventus. He's not good
anymore either.
He's not, and he's never been like a physical type player. So
he's so effective,
bro. He's brilliant. But your question was, what happens to those long-serving players? Yeah. I'm saying they're leaving for the money. I don't even blame the club at this point. I think MLS taps Pirlo. Pirlo reads the money.
But is the club not saying, okay, you're not who you used to be? Mm-hmm. Now you have to come off the bench because we're starting someone. So then is that a matter of pride of the player, it comes down to the player?
Comes down to the player. Scholes.
I was gonna say
Scholes was on the bench. He went from starting every game to being on the bench during his last days of his career. Look at Carrick right now. Carrick doesn't start anymore, really. I think.
Could you ever see Scholesy go on the MLS though?
No, I mean. No. I couldn't.
Like, he never would.
Yeah.
But why is that, It's with what type of player?
I don't know. I just don't see Scholes. I don't see a lot of the Man United, outside of Beckham, obviously. That class of 92, I don't see them going anywhere outside of,
it's almost
England.
Like they're too good or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Because it'd still be effective in the MLS. Like, it wouldn't be a challenge at all.
Absolutely.
But it's almost like...
When Gary Neville retired, he could have rode out in the MLS for a year or two. It's right back position. It's not that important in the MLS.
He could have played center back even.
I think we're losing the cultural aspect, and that's a part that I miss of being able to say, yes, Dennis Bergkamp retired at my club, and he was my legend.
I agree with you, man.
He's our hero, and we can live with him.
I miss that too. You're right.
Versus a Thierry Henry, who's one of my favorite players of all time, but to go to Barcelona. And then now you're on New York Red Bulls and you're doing work. It's beautiful to see. He's inspiring kids. He's bringing revenue over. Globally, I understand. I'm not knocking him for that. I'm just saying, selfishly, as an Arsenal fan or just as fans, to have those heroes who are club players and they bleed for the badge.
Like, there's no Vieira versus Keane battles anymore because Keane was a Man United god. Vieira is a Man United god. Exactly. So when the clubs play each other, it's not only two clubs playing each other, it's the two gods of the clubs battling each other. I miss that. You're right, man. That's a great point. I miss it.
And that's the thing that I'm saying. We're losing that culturally in football. And
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard, dude.
It's Gerrard versus whoever.
Exactly. It's not Liverpool versus whoever. It's Gerrard versus whoever.
And the heart of that team, the soul of the team, Brendan Rodgers was fired because of that. Because you just lost... You're the heart of the team. That's irreplaceable. He was irreplaceable.
He lost the locker room once. He lost Gerrard. It was like end of an era. He had to clean out the whole backroom staff. He had to, unfortunately.
One word going back to Everton, Sunderland. Jack Rodwell, Sunderland. He's not alone, is he?
I don't think so. I think, from City, right?
Another sad story.
Playing against his former club.
Right? Could have been on the other side of that 6-2.
Just a word to any youngsters out there, if you ever hear this, don't ever go to Man City or Chelsea.
Those two.
No matter if you want to play football and have a career, I mean, not just enjoy a nice vacation for a year or two. Yeah. If you want to have a career, Jack Rodwell could have been I don't even know. Could have been a great player.
Could have been. He was well on his way. He was well on his way to at least being like a good, solid, yes.
English international,
yes.
like playing week in, week out.
He had the
youngster.
Physique. Yeah.
He had a manager that trusted him, David Moyes. They broke him in so well. Moyes was great at that with young talent.
Yeah, he was. It's sad, dude. It's just.
And you go to Man City because you think you're going to play, because you want to win titles.
I mean, when you look at that midfield, you just look at two names, Yaya Toure and David Silva. Even if they're not your positions,
they're at their peak.
That's the level of the midfield.
They've been at their peaks until like 22, though.
I know. That's the level of midfield you're walking into.
And you're going to dismantle that?
You're coming from Everton at 19 years old? Are you serious?
Yeah, David Silva, I'm starting over you today, buddy. I don't think so, pal.
No chance.
There's no way you deserve to even play on the same field as those
there
guys.
for a year and a half, 2 years. Now he's on Sunderland, getting it relegated.
Yeah, Chelsea killed a few players, too, like that. The Sean Wright-Phillips.
So that's the opposite side of the transfer window,
Sinclair.
where it's like maybe you should
Fabian
be more
Delph,
loyal.
Actually, Man City's killing right now.
Oh,
but he's been
he said he wasn't gonna go, and I was like, I stood up, I read it, and I started clapping. I was by myself.
And then Man City walked in,
and then 2 days later.
That was it.
Or 6 hours later. That was like 10 minutes later.
Like, all right, we're just gonna triple your salary.
But dude, he's never gonna play again. He's done.
I don't think so. I don't think he will. I agree with you. I don't think so.
Man, you need to be playing in your young 20s.
Yeah, you do. This is the most important time. You make your move at like 22, 23.
Day in, day out.
Exactly.
You're losing a year. You're losing a year, you're losing a step.
Yeah, that's it.
Losing 2 years, losing...
And it's mental steps, too. It's not even like physical.
Everything to do with the game. Just everything that comes with playing experience.
Yeah, especially when you're at a club like Everton, which competes.
Oh, man.
You know, they don't struggle too much.
That plays youth, man, and you leave.
Rodwell would have been unbelievable. Him and Barkley partnering up. Would have been a beautiful thing, but
I saw him today, and I felt for the guy.
Shook your head quietly.
I felt bad.
Yeah, I feel bad too, man. But it is what it is. He made a choice, and he's rich, so we can't feel that bad for him. He's fucking boatload rich. Anyway, that's it for episode 3, Podcast FC show, guys. Check us out on social media. Twitter, we're at Podcast FC show. On Facebook, facebook.com/Podcast FC show. We're also on YouTube, Podcast FC show. You guys get the drill. Also, rate us on iTunes, guys. That helps us out, helps us keep going, helps us know we're doing a good job.
Subscribe, please.
Subscribe. Great call. Subscribe on iTunes as well. Hook it up, guys, so we can keep this going. All right. Anything else, boys?
I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the Champions League going forward.
Champions League next week.
Yeah, and another great week of footy.
I'm looking forward to a certain championship also.
Yeah.
MLS, baby. Drogba.
We'll get into that next week.
Just keep an eye on him, everybody.
All right, guys. It's been real. Talk to you next week. Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Glory, glory.